morning, Fields. Hey. I said I was gonna wait out the post till somebody show up. Hey, Galactic Enterprise. Hello, Saint Anne. How are you? Hey, Quaya's Diary. How are you? Hey, boss lady. Hey, Allie Di. Yeah, I was waiting on y'all. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Melanin, thank you. Well, I got her. She is just about ready. She sure is. She has a little gym right here by her JJ private area. Yes, she does. And she's the girl, she's rocking. Girl, she's rocking that fro. Yes, she is. She's Majesty. Okay. What you say, Saint Anne? It's been a horrible past week. Oh, goodness. What kind of moon we had this week? I keep forgetting all of our moons. You got to pay attention to that moon. Yes, Lord. Yes, this girl, she had a blowout, honey. She had what they call an African blowout. Hey, DB. Yes, and so she just wanted to say hello. Isn't she gorgeous? She's packed full of herbs and honey, child. She watches over my money, and that's what the subject of this video is all about. Mm-mm. It's about them stacks. Hello, MS Nikki G. How are you doing? Hey, Shirley. Hey. Okay, so let's get into this because I don't want to hold y'all up too long because I really want to be able. Honey, she's got a booty too, honey. Look at that booty. Do y'all see that booty? It could have been a little bit more plumper than that, though. It really could have been. Look at that. Girl, she really is reflecting that sun, ain't she? Go on, girl. Go on with your majestic self. Okay. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Mike, you know what? I was looking at some oxtails yesterday. I went to two stores and looked at some oxtails. I'm gonna tuck her here right here for a minute. I went to two stores, and one store I had the oxtails. They were pretty good. The only thing about it, it's like it had tiny little bones in it throughout, and that I didn't like that at all. So then I went to another store, and cause see, my thing when it comes to oxtails, y'all know I'm around them. I'm gonna be talking about all kind of things. My thing about oxtails is this: if it has a bone in the middle, I don't necessarily like those. I think oxtails are supposed to have a gristle in the center. I might be wrong, but a lot of places be trying to get away with selling, the backbone instead of the tail. So some of those oxtails might be cheap because you got nothing but bone in the center, meaning that is a backbone. But when you get the gristle, you got the tail. So I went to another store and they had some pretty oxtails. I mean, the meat looked really, really red. Excuse me for all of you vegans out there. I'm having a oxtail moment. And so they were like round little gristles. And I knew, I said, this pack right here looks so pretty. It's good. It's just right. And when she told me the total of them groceries, I was like, put them back. Put them back. I don't want that. She wanted $15 for that small pack. It had about I think five oxtails in it. It was 15 bucks, but they looked meaty because it was more meat than it was fat. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have to pass that up. Hello, what y'all been up to, y'all? What y'all been up to? Tell me what y'all been up to as I try to get this girl's head straight. Hmm. Y'all, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all a lifelong lesson. I want you to listen to me. Listen Now, when I speak on Southern terms because I'm a Southern woman, born and bred. You can hear it in my accent. You know who I am. I've lived all my life here in Alabama. When I got to take that back. I lived a portion of my life in Georgia too. Okay, but what 2 or 3 years? That don't count. I lived all my life in Alabama. Hello. And we're known for the hoodoo down here. So a lot of terms that I use are the terms I grew up with that I've heard, people talking about. Not necessarily my mother, because she would go and tuck herself away when she went to talking about the hoodoo. You understand? Or whatever they call them, curses and hexes, but they called it cross. Girl, you been crossed. They use terms like that, not necessarily cursed. Oh, you been cursed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll say that's that hoodoo. You got the hoodoo on you, or the roots. Somebody put some roots on you, girl. Girl. They didn't say girl, they said girl. You got some roots on you. And I never will forget this. I went to this woman, you know what I'm saying, down in Prattville. She was a white woman and she was a practitioner, a hoodoo woman, and she was talking about, how they could put roots on babies and put roots on their back and stuff like that. Some people have had roots on their back since they was a child growing up. And every time they turn around, they can't get nowhere. They always what? Crossed. They can do that for babies. Why they do that, I don't know. Sometimes you can have some trouble growing up with a older person, like a teacher or something like that didn't like you for whatever reason, and they were able to cross little children up, and then they live their life, just with nothing but blockage. And so you're gonna hear me use terms and stuff that you might not necessarily hear anywhere else, like what I just said. Because I think every particular region have, what I'm saying, what they think, have they have a term of how they express themselves when it comes to the supernatural. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking when I talk about it. A lot of people said the demons, the demons, the demons. You know what I'm saying? But we do say demons. When you saying demons, you speaking from a Christian's perspective. You speaking from the church, because the church, any type of adversaries in the church, is either going to be deemed the devil, Satan, or that demon. It's like what they use. But in hoodoo, we have a way of expressing ourselves at saying, we'll use the expression in hoodoo as the boogeyman. So we grew up, anything that frightened you was the boogeyman or the Hank man. I'm finding out here lately that it's really the hat man. But old folks back in the day, even now, you know what I'm saying, a man was riding down the street and he said these Hanks be out at night, don't it? So that's another term, these Hanks. You know what I'm saying? So they don't say the hat man. They said the Hanks. And this area here I live in is infested with Hanks because of, like what I told y'all, we've had war, amongst the races. Everybody knows that Alabama is known for that. And just because at this point now, things have gotten better, the tensions have gotten better, especially since they have introduced the Hispanics here. It's less tension here now. But back in the days, you know what I'm saying? But you think they ain't still at war? They still feuding, but it's in the supernatural realm. The Hanks, the ghost here. Now I have plenty of them come to my door. Woo! Are they going? And you'll hear some people that, because I was asking them about that. I'm like, what's up with this stuff over here? What's going on? And it's a bayou. So it's not uncommon to just be walking here. Honestly, I'm telling you, I didn't have this trouble in Birmingham. It is not uncommon to be just walking around and see a spirit float right over top of your head. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. But they said that over here, especially when that one, I believe that was Auntie because it sounded like her voice. Right around that time, she had her surgery. So she came in the spirit, you know what I'm saying, trying to get me to do some forgiveness so she can, come up out that torture and move on. But if you are receptive to that, you will hear a lot of people can see ghosts and hear ghostly type activities and stuff. Why do the ghosts moan? I be wondering about that. But anyway, so you'll hear me use a term as the boogeyman or the Hank man. I guess back in the days they didn't have the terminology of what it truly was. Depending on where you go in the South, you may hear the term the crossroad demon. Now, growing up as a kid, I didn't used to hear anything about the crossroad demon. As a little kid, I didn't hear anything about going to the crossroads. So none of that terminology is familiar to me. I'm just not finding out about the crossroads. When I say I'm just not finding out about the crossroads, I'm talking about when I became an adult. When I hit around my late 20s, I started hearing people say they going to the crossroads. But as a kid, I never knew anything about the crossroads. We got these little sticky, spiky things that come this time of year, right around Mother Day's coming. I have a tendency to get them caught in my shoes and stuff from here all the way to Birmingham. You got to be careful. You don't want to walk in the lawn because I don't know, they're little seeds and stuff of weeds or what. But I'm around them. What I want to say is this: be careful, because I ain't going to hold y'all up long. Be careful. And I'm saying this because I'm telling you, I have seen this firsthand for myself. The hoodoo can get you and then get your money. Your money can get hoodooed. Your money can get hoodooed. And I was inspired to do this because I kind of saw some things myself over here on my end. Your money can get hoodooed. And I'm not talking about now, but I'm talking about all my life. I've kind of seen some things. You ever went and bought some things, and when you got them home, you know what I'm saying? They're not performing like they were when you were in the retail store. You get them home, and it's like all of a sudden they become jinxed. You ever wonder why folks who don't have much of anything tend to have the homes with swimming pools in the backyard? It makes me think about this lady. I never will forget when I was in nursing. I was a nurse, and this lady, she was a RN. I'm not an RN. She was a nursing assistant. Nursing assistants get paid a little less than the RN and the LPN. You know what I'm saying? Now they make some pretty decent money, but back in the days, when I was pulling about, which it ain't nothing now. Back in the days, I was pulling the teens, but a nursing assistant was pulling a one digit. But it was this African woman. Oh, she'd always come to work looking really, really nice. She always had money. I always had real nice looking uniforms, nursing uniforms and shoes, and drove a nice car. And people was always trying to figure out how come she was so much more immaculate than the nurses that made all the cash. And then we learned this right here. It's not what you're making, it's what you're doing with what you're making. You understand what I'm saying? And you got what I call the boogeyman, okay? The Hanks that will take your cash, and they'll take it, and you won't never ever see it. You ever seen people? It seems like they making good cash. They say they make good money, but you can't see what they doing with it. It don't show. I never forget I had an attorney. This was a case with an attorney that had so much to do. He had a house full of people that were consuming all his money. He had credit card deals, loans. He had all of those things, and he said he couldn't even much purchase him a house. Was still renting. Had to continue to rent. The hoodoo, okay, can get you. People can do your money like that. You can get your money jinxed. I had a situation to occur, and I had to back off. Let me tell you what I mean. When we are practitioners, we need to be very careful who we are trying to financially help. Look, and then I'm going to come on back to how you can get your money hoodooed by that boogeyman. Man, that shit real. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I had a situation that I was dealing with. Let me stop a minute. Let me ask you something. Let me talk to you. Had y'all ever thought about when you make up practitioners and people who buy oils? You need to know something. I think it holds true for me, but I just want to know what y'all think. Hey, Jackie, thank you for moderating. I'm going to get to everybody. Thank you so much for moderating. Let me talk to y'all. When people come to a practitioner or come for a woman who is a spiritualist or whatever y'all want to call it, a godmother, a godfather, priest, a priestess, a hoodoo man. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all heard it on tape for yourself. Auntie said that my uncle was a hoodoo man. So I come from a lineage of those people who practice hoodoo. So y'all heard that for yourself. It ain't nothing I made up. Okay? Auntie is a hoodoo woman. But when you come or when you go to these spiritual folks, when they touch and heal you, they are putting their energy into you. And y'all already know this. You getting everything that come with them. So I understand that's why people pick about who they go to for healing. But do you not know that as a spiritual practitioner or worker, that you have to take that energy within yourself? You need to know how to transmute that energy into something that is not going to harm you. Because you got quite a few practitioners that are sick, they're not well, because they've absorbed quite a bit of diseased energy. That's why y'all, like a lot of people calling. I'm gonna get to everybody as soon as I can, because what I do is I work with, people that have been here for quite some time. But I'm gonna get my website up, and then I'll be back up and running and doing whatever I can do, uh, you know, to help you all out. So don't think that I've been ignoring you. I've seen some of you all saying that you all been trying to get in contact with me. I'm just overloaded, and I'm trying to make room. You understand what I'm saying, for other people? Because see, at the same time too, depending on what the situation is, I have to protect myself too. Because you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm sure y'all would do the same thing. You got some people that just grabbing money and they're sick. They're not well. Not only physically they're not well, they're dealing with a lot of things, like in their lungs. Because see, that energy has to go somewhere in your body if you don't know what you're doing. I was looking at this lady's channel, and oh my gosh, she is just so in depth. I know y'all gonna say, Mama, we want to know who that channel is. She got just a few videos, not many, but she was giving you the rundown. She was giving you the rundown. The rundown as to how your car will break down when you got certain people coming in there with bad energies, and how your house can get jinxed because you got company in there, people leaving behind bad energy, dark forces in the home and in the cars and on your property and on your body. When they touch you, they hug you, and all of that. She had all of the things that you would need to get yourself straightened out. That's why you got a lot of spiritualists that won't even touch you. A lot of spiritualists where when you go in there, you can't even stay in there 4 or 5 minutes, and they've already collected $400-500, and that's it. When you call back again, if you can get them, it's a brief conversation. Because they don't want to take in that bad energy. That's why it is important for us, because I know everybody here, you are spiritual people, and you know that you have to, cleanse yourself of energies when you leave your jobs, when you leave the grocery store, when you leave places. You don't get inside your bed and you have not taken a bath. You can't get in your bed after you don't supposed to sit in your bed until you have a bath. And this is where all these nightmares and stuff come from, people are having. You know what I'm saying? You get in the bed, you have bad dreams and stuff because that energy is still attached to you. Now, the biggest mistake I make is walking outside with no coverings on dreadlocks because, dreadlocks carry a lot of energy, bad energy, good energy. It just picks up on it. That's how come, sometimes, like, I can just sense people's energy and stuff and see faces and all of that when I get home to relax. But it's some of the energy that I've taken in to my locks. So that's why they really need to be covered. So I'm going to try to get me a hat and keep them covered. But right around my edges and stuff right there, when I start wearing stuff like hats and scarves and coverings and stuff, it will take your edges out. Okay, but you got to be thinking about it. What is more important, that you got some edges? Hello? Are you protected from a lot of energy? Hey, look, let me tell you something. Your money needs to be protected. You cannot flaunt it, even though I got to do that. I'm going to do a little bit of that because I got to get my pictures ready for my website. So y'all going to see some stacks sitting there. But I got to show you the stacks for the money oil in order for you all to see that it really works, okay? But I'm not doing it for show. But I'm going to put that out there. You know why? Because folks can jinx your money. The hoodoo man can come to the house and jinx your money. Like I said, it's I've seen it within myself. Just knowing you got all of this cash, but you can't seem to buy yourself nothing because the demon is consuming everything you got. Any of y'all been there before? Y'all ever seen it where some folks ain't got no money, but they seem to have everything? But everything you get your hands on, it tarnishes. I've seen it. Let me give y'all an example of what I'm talking about, because I know y'all saying, I got to know what's going on. Look, I went there and got that guitar. Guitar costs $1,000. When I was in the shop, ooh, that baby played like a gem. Brought it home for a while. Oh, it just plays so good. I'm like, this is beautiful. I love this 12-string guitar. As I continued to play it, it started sounding flat. I took it back. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Do you see? You get your stainless steel refrigerator brand new. You get it in your house. You love it. Next thing you know, mysterious dents and scratches show up. You know you didn't do it. That is the hoodoo man. Okay, he is in to make sure he destroys whatever you get your hands on. You got the money to buy your house right there by the lake and the river, but you just can't seem to get it. That's cause the hoodoo man done hoodooed your money. Hello? You got people say, I know I got it. Here it is here. I done made plenty of cash. Here the evidence. But you got a whole lot of people around you eating up all your food. You can't never keep no groceries. It's the hoodoo man. Somebody sunk the hoodoo man at you. You understand? And you're bragging. Ooh, I got all this cash. I got a boatload of cash. You do. And you can't show nobody what you bought with it. I've been in places before. And I'm going to tell y'all how to safeguard yourself so you won't go in them places. You don't want to be in them places. Now, it's real. People can jinx your money. That's why the rich never ever go out to brag. The rich keep their mouth shut and move in what they call silence. You wouldn't even know they had money. I never will forget when I was in nursing. I know y'all said she always talk about nursing. Tell everybody, hey girl. Tell them, say, hey. How? Hey. Look, y'all. I was in nursing. I sure was. And I was in the hospital because I was a nurse that worked in the hospital. I wasn't admitted into the hospital. I was in the hospital working. Let me uncover her hair, her face. Let me uncover her face. I want y'all to get a chance to see her face. Her face is still covered. And so I made her. For all of the people who want to know, I made the sexy goddess, honey. She can pop herself this way and then pop herself forward. And I didn't even know it. I was like, wow. I'm like, you look a little different from the rest of them, but created by the same pattern. And I'm gonna have this pattern available to you as I get my website together for those who want to watch the video. You're gonna see me step by step creating it, and I'm gonna provide the pattern so that you can print it out. Of course, you got to pay for the pattern. I mean, I wouldn't want to just be sending things all over the place and stuff like that and not being compensated. So for just for you doll makers who may want the pattern, and you can make her any color you want. You choose what fabric you want to use. Some people may just use a floral pattern for her whole entire body and not necessarily a black. Look, y'all, where I left off at, I was talking about how the money can get hoodoo. So yeah, no. So I worked in this hospital, and I never will forget, that was this black man, okay? And he was dressed like a hobo. He had he was a heavy set man, and he had these crazy looking black jeans on and some high top tennis shoes, and he had this weird looking long coat on and a bag. And this is when payphones were very, very popular. And so something, his beeper went off, because back then it was about beepers, not cell phones. He went to the payphone, and then all of a sudden I heard him calling out orders. Okay, give her 10 milligrams of Dilaudid, and after that I want you to give her administer an injection of Ativan. And I was like, this man is a doctor. My uncle, the one that didn't like me towards the end of his life, and I didn't like him either, the one that I murdered with my magic. I never will forget. He was telling us a story of how they were on an airplane, and somebody ran into trouble on that airplane. I think they was having a cardiac arrest, and he said that there was a man that was actually doing the CPR and administering whatever he had or whatever to bring the man back around, and it looked just like a homeless man. You don't want nobody to know that you got no money. Why? Because people who may think that you are trying to brag and be high polluted, or people who may be envious of what you got and feel like you don't deserve it, can put the hoodoo man on it. It's real. It is real. And in some cases, it's not necessarily the work of just people. It's an entity. I know all too well. It's an entity that wants to make sure you continue to suffer from poverty. Remember I did that episode 2 years ago on the demon of poverty? It's real. And we always talk about protection for our physical bodies and for our families, but people do not talk about protection for their finances. But you need it. Somebody can give you a few dollars in your hand. Them few dollars can bounce your bank account, meaning that you now exchange money with somebody who may not mean you no good, and now you ain't got a dime in your savings. Somebody can jinx and hoodoo your money. Now, I know what y'all saying. How would I know, Mama? And then I'm going to get to the chat. Y'all don't think I'm ignoring you. How would I know, Mama, if somebody done jinxed my money? First of all, we got to realize that we live under a system, a matrix, that actually consumes our energy to benefit the children of a particular God that has won the war, the cosmic war. That's the way I see it. It's real. I mean, for me, it's real. It's the way I think. A lot of people say it's a crazy way of thinking, but I have to tell them this is not your wavelength. That's all. And then we have other people that think differently and stuff. Crazy only means that this other person that you think is crazy is on a different wavelength than you are. You see what I'm saying? They're on a different stratosphere than you are, or they're not on the same channel with you, and it's good. So this is where this term comes from. How would I know, Mama? The biggest thing is, how would you know whether or not it's an entity? Or, because see, I can't say that, because at the end of the road, when it is in, is always an entity behind everything. A God. Whether it be a low vibrating God or a high vibrating God. At the end of the day, that's what it all boils down to. But whether or not this is your entity, because you got entities that you've collected from one lifetime to the other that might not necessarily like you, or they're here to punish you for something you done. In other lifetimes, I've heard people say, I'm a wonderful person, I'm a great person. I just don't know why I'm having so much bad luck. I never understood it. I don't understand why I feel like I'm vibrating high. I'm vibrating on a higher frequency, but low frequency beings are always coming to me. You got to pay for something you've done in a past lifetime. Ain't that right, girl? Girl, can you see him? Her hair is completely covered. I'm going to have to do something about this hair, because I don't want her hair like that. Oh, I saw them open the door. I thought maybe that was a woodpecker, because I put out stuff for woodpeckers, because I think woodpeckers are so cute. And I stopped. I still got my woodpeckers and my redbirds coming around, even though I stopped the seedings, because I had flocks of blackbirds that were showing up and stuff. But I still miss my finches. I like finches, so I gotta find a way to. I know they got socks that you can put out for finches to get food, so I gotta get situated so that I can do it. But I'm on my way to Cuba, so I'm gonna try to see how I'm gonna be keeping everything moist on my porch and everything, because if I'm gonna go, I need to hurry up and get on and scat now. Mr. Willer he's just really slow about getting a passport and a visa, so I'm gonna go by myself, and I'm going to go by ship, but I'm going to stay really close to the ship until I can get somebody to go out there with me and everything. I don't want to take a chance, going off in a car and not able to speak any kind of Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, how would you know whether or not, whether or not this is an entity that you've been toting with you from lifetime to lifetime, versus just somebody who is just being sly and going for your money? Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you have been suffering this situation all your life, it's definitely some entity that has been strolling with you from one lifetime to the other. You know you ain't never been having no money all your life, and it depends. But some people just ain't interested in no money. They're just interested in just the finer things in life. Well, not the finer things, but the simple things in life, and they're content. They don't have a drive. But if you've had a drive to get cash and you can't necessarily get anywhere, this is the entity that's been following you from one world and one life to the next. But if you had it all at one time and now you ain't got it no more, you know that's the works of the hoodoo man. It's like the lawyer. That's the work of the hoodoo man. He used to have it all. And I'm going to tell you how sophisticated these forces are, these dark forces. They're so sophisticated because what they strive to do is they're shadow beings. They strive. They're shadow beings from dark places with no light that come into your life to actually feed off your light. You mean to tell me it's this late already? How can I believe this? How can I believe it's this late? There's a school bus. Unbelievable. It's late. I spent a little bit of time on the phone with a client today, so that's probably why the time has just gotten away from me. I'm just like wondering, dying, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, this is what that demon does to you, whatever you want to call it. It puts folks in your house. That's what it does. I dealt with that shit for a minute. It will put people in your house that cannot fend for themselves. A lot of people, they think they're making good money. But if you count how many people are depending on you, that's why they call them dependents, will determine whether or not you made any money at all. Because if you have made 100,000, but you got 6 dependents that don't have any other resources any other way but to receive yours, and they are of age and they can go out and work for themselves, but they tend not to want to, you definitely have the demon of poverty on you. You want to safeguard yourself from that. You want to use jinx powders and jinx removers and all of that stuff, unless you just enjoy it. Unless you just enjoy working for a whole lot of, I call them bombs. You know, okay, that's what floats your boat, and that's fine. But many of us, like me, I seek to take care of myself, and I'm not talking about underage children. When you're dealing with underage children, you know what I'm saying? We have, they're our replacements in a sense, so we have to give them our light so that they can go on and function and keep up the bloodline when we're gone, when we become ancestors. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you got folks in your house that can get a job or can go to school, do something to show that they are appreciative and they want to contribute to the household, and they ain't doing it. The demon is fucking with you. And I don't think there are too many people out here in the world that will say, well, you know what, I don't mind. Understand? I made $50,000 for the year. I don't mind taking care of 6 folks in my household that ain't contributing to anything, because I'm a giving person. But you got a huge deficit on your hand. You understand? 50,000 ain't the same with 6 dependents as 50,000 with yourself. That's why they got a scale, a poverty scale that says below poverty, poverty line, all of that. It's a scale. And that scale depends on not only how much money you make, but how many children or how many dependents you got to take care of. 50,000, I'm going to say it again, with 6 dependents ain't the same as 50,000 with you being the only dependent. I'm going to say something else. Also, 50,000 is not the same as a person who has a mind to work money and a person who don't have the mind to work nothing. It make a difference. Look, let me tell you something. It's an old saying that you cannot make a wealthy man poor. I don't know, maybe I made that up myself. You cannot make a wealthy man impoverished. And I think it's a huge difference between wealth and riches. To me, riches are fly by nights, but wealth lasts from generation to generation because wealth is a state of mind. So is poverty a state of mind. Now, I don't expect people who are coming in here that are trolls to understand this. Because, see, they not yet on this wavelength. To me, it's simple. And I think for a lot of you all, it's just simple information. Wealth is what? What's up, champ? I never will forget they had this, there was this man, and I think this happened about 10 years ago. He was wealthy, and he said he had an epiphany from God to give all of his resources, all of his wealth, to give it to the poor and live in a homeless shelter. And he did exactly what the spirits told him to do. He gave every single thing he had away. Brilliant man. After he gave it all away, once again, he gained all his wealth back. You can't make a wealthy man broke because he know how to protect his investments. I've heard stories of people who won lotteries. There's an old saying, you can take Shiki out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of Shiki. You can take the girl out the country, but you can't take the country out the girl. Look at the Beverly Hills Billies. They came from absolutely nothing, struck oil, and suddenly found their way in Hollywood, but they still live those same ways till the money ran out. At least I believe the money ran out because the show went off. Hello? I'm here to tell you something. You ain't got no money. If you don't know how to make the money work for you, you ain't got a dime. It means absolutely nothing. You ain't showing nobody nothing, especially if you can't sit there and count every stack. You know, when I see money, I don't want you to show me, oh, this is what I made. I want you to count the stacks. At least that's what I would do. What's the moral of this story? The moral of this story is to protect your assets. And when you're protecting your assets, you're not flashing it. You're not flaunting it. You're still poor if you got dependents. Now you're going to be poor because a lot of folks done seen what you got. And now they're going to put, what? A crossing on it. They praying that you lose every dime you got. They don't care because you got dependents in your household. 50,000 is not the same if the mind ain't right. You got two people here. You got Shiki in the hood. And you got Billy Bob over in let me see where he could be at. Over in the subdivision somewhere. In the golfing community. That $50,000 is not going to go in the same place. That's what I'm trying to say. You can call Shiki, Dashiki, or La Shiki. You can call her. I give her about 6 months. You going to call her. She going to be broke. Because it's all about knowing how to use the money. Took me quite a bit of time to learn how to use it. And you still can't use it if you got what? Dependents waiting to consume it. And I'm not talking about little children. I'm talking about people that ain't putting their fair share in. Hello? Get this out. So, Lashiki broke. Lashiki is broke. She ain't got nothing. Because she done passed all her money out to all the family members who want something. And they get it and they throw theirs away. Smoking weed. I don't know. To addictions. Those are demons. People don't realize that addictions consume money. Cocaine, snorting, crack, heroin is robbing Lashiki of her money. Because she has a demon in place to keep her broke. But if you call Billy Bob over in the golfing community, 6 months later, 8 months later, he can show you what he bought with his money. Lashika can't show you now. So guess what? Lashika never made any money. If you cannot show forth what you are doing with the cash, you ain't made no money. You still broke, busted, and you always disgusted. Billy Bob took them $50,000 and he's invested in mutual funds. Hello? CDs and all this other things. Now, it's a controversy that CDs don't really make no money right now. You know what I'm saying? But if you know what you're doing with these CDs, if you know, because my dad took his money and stuff, and he got $1,000 check every month off of his, what it was a marketing account. Don't mess with that stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Money marketing accounts require at least about $10,000. But they're good if you put your money in there. After so long, you get a check with a $10,000 money marketing account. You'll be drawing about $100. Daddy was drawing $1,000 every single month off a money marketing account. And see, that's why I want to try to get myself up to a point where I have at least a money marketing account. And it can be done. Make sure you're wise with your money. Because if you're not, the demon gonna swallow it all up. Did I make any sense, y'all? I want every last one of you all to cherish every dollar you got. Treat it like it's your last dollar. You don't have to have a whole lot of money to start making good decisions with it. You don't. I say the biggest investment, the best investment with the best return every single time is going to be on a home purchase. Right now for my house, the man said you can pull about 50 grand out of it right now. You want to invest in a home. It is whatever floats your boat. Some people prefer to just get apartments where they don't never have to have maintenance and all of that. But know that you'll never be able to go and pull any cash out of it if you have an emergency. A house is always going to be your best bet. So you look at your age. If you're sitting up here already in your 40s and you have not made your first purchase and you're not trying to purchase, you already behind. Okay? You're already behind. You're behind, you're behind, you're behind. You're backwards. You're living at your parents' house and you're in your 40s and 50s and 60s, waiting on them to die. You're behind, you're behind, you're behind. You want to be in a position where you can pull some change out. And they got what you call, what that lady told me I can do with my house. It wasn't a revolving, dang, I can't even think of the name of it. where she said, well, all we have to do is do a drive-through, which I wouldn't do that, but it's good to do it if you need to do some more repairs on your house or something, or you just want to make a purchase. I would not recommend that. Some people do that and make a purchase on a car because a car depreciate. That's a waste of cash, y'all. But I'm talking about all this stuff. It's still tied into you want to get your vibrations up and deal with some good, clean spirits. When you doing that kind of stuff, when you get that vibration up, you don't have to worry about them lower riding entities coming in, dragging everything you got. Sound like I heard something over there. You know what I'm saying? But so that what it is this, and I wouldn't do this, but what she was saying is this: you can do this right here. This around the time I was getting my loan for the temple. She was like, you can pull so much cash out of your existing home, and you can flat out make this purchase or what have you. And then she went to talk about how you can get so much less. So like if you got 50,000 in the house that you can use, they'll give me a card. They'll give me a Visa logo or a MasterCard with $50,000 on it. And then you know I'll only be charged for whatever I put on there. So if the conditioner go out, God forbid, then I could put about what $6,000-7,000 on that card and make payments. But see, that's if you don't know, if your mind ain't straight and ain't ready for wealth, you can mess up. That demon will hog every dime you got up. And that's how people wind up with foreclosures. Let me go inside the chat. Hey, Deborah Lewis. And your scores don't have to be so high, Deborah. The scores don't have to be that high. The scores can be as low as 580. But I know why you want to get it up. The reason why it's best to get the scores up is so that you won't have to have much of a down payment. 5%, 3%, 5% is what you want to put down because like with that mortgage that I got on the temple, it has a construction loan on it. So not only did I have to put the 5% down, they would only let the seller put only 2% down in closing. If you get that construction loan, they want you to pay most of the closing. The mortgage company demand for you to do that. You see what I'm saying? Hey, mama, I vibration. Okay, I heard that, Deborah. Thank you. Ani says, my ancestors told me through a reading, never tell nobody where your money comes from. That's true. You don't tell people who owns your head. That can bring problems. You don't tell people who you rolling with. None of that stuff. You really supposed to keep all that stuff to yourself. Because that's where your wealth at. Because people would try to, mimic your spirits and feed them and everything so they can roll with them. And you don't want them kind of problems. Because you find yourself, in the poorhouse. Which is very difficult to do that because most spirits or entities or deities that own your head, there's something specific about you that they want to roll with, not people who want to steal them away from you. Because the people who are trying to steal them away from you may not be on that frequency that they're interested in. Okay. Okay. Ani said, "Wow." And how you doing, Ani and Deborah? How y'all doing? Ani says, "Wow, I was just talking about mailbox money with a lady in the market this morning. Oh, I got to find out what that is. Hey, Rena. Rena says, right, you get some money and people automatically start putting bad luck on it. Hmm. Okay. And then it start creating. It'll start creating a lot of enemies for you. That's why a lot of wealthy people, live in their own little cubby hole with people that are like them. I remember Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley is from my hometown. I wasn't born there, but you may as well say I was born there because I've been in Birmingham since the age of about 3 years old all my life. So that's my hometown. But Ricky Smiley is actually from Birmingham, and when he became famous and stuff, and it's funny because he used to go to school with my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law said he was always cracking jokes in school. He was always the class clown and everything. But Ricky tried to, once he became famous, he wanted to, just go ahead and stay amongst his people to show his people, hey, I still love y'all. I care about you. I ain't gonna run from you, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all my homies and stuff. And he went and got him a little house and stuff in Birmingham and got shot and robbed. See, once you get your hand on that kind of wealth, you cannot necessarily frequent around the people you used to. Because they do become jealous. Then they say, hey, you done changed, you don't act the same no more and everything. Well, because the person's vibrations, they have lifted them up. So this man got shot and robbed, was in the hospital. I remember when he was in the hospital. Now since then he's moved from Birmingham to Atlanta, and I'm sure he has to stay in a gated community. Y'all, my cousin Ryan Howard retired from baseball. So that big old $60 million house, he sold it. I saw the new man that actually owns that house now. Ryan sold two houses. I thought I would throw that in. Y'all know him round up and stuff like that. But Ryan still got the money because he made a good, healthy return off of that house when he sold it. So he's still sitting beautiful. I think if I'm not mistaken, he has moved back to Missouri. But when you making that kind of cash, baby, don't nobody supposed to know it. I'm talking about when you get up into the. I mean, and to tell you the truth, you can flash 100,000, your life might be in danger. You know what I'm saying? They said somebody did that on Facebook. Said they did it on Facebook, and I believe they had prop money because you can get some prop money. And it doesn't make any sense to try to show off your cash because people can say, oh, that's prop money. You could buy prop money. I know somebody who bought some prop money and stuff. I'm just gonna put it like this. I know somebody who thinks about buying some prop money and going to the club and stuff. Them big time clubs and stuff like Magic City and King of Diamond, where those high rollers go in and they go to throwing all that money out there and stuff. Thinking about throwing some prop money on the stage. That's dangerous. I think that's dangerous. Y'all ever seen them guns they have in those strip clubs and you just load that cash in there and the little gun just go to shooting out all them bills and stuff. But anyways, I think I pretty much covered what I was going to say. Let me see. Oh y'all, I'm so tired. This I tell you, this heat is something else, honey. It's something. It ain't no good. The heat ain't no good. How we gonna make it this summer, y'all? How we gonna make it? What we gonna do, y'all? It rained the other day and now the street right back dry. What we gonna do? Okay. Hey, Fantasia. Hey, SK Productions and Entertainment. Hey, Honey Blossoms. Hey, Jay. Rena says, well, I broke the generational curse on my family. I planted the seeds waiting to reap the rewards coming. Beautiful. Beautiful. We just got to get this supernatural force off our back, boy. That baby is big. But it's still a way around it. It's a way around. Yes, it is. Deborah been there, done that. Deborah said I had to put my grown son out because it's a demonic, I hate to say it, it's a demonic force in behind it. It's a demonic force in behind it. And I hate to say it, unfortunately for a lot of us black women, we are sons of black men, or our lovers could be black men, and they tend to feed off of us like parasites. And this is why a lot of black women, and I was reading on a website that says, why are black women so angry? Now I know that ain't no black woman asking that question, okay? I know that's not a black woman asking that question. Be a black woman and you'll understand how come black women are so angry. When you sitting up here, you got your man trying to feed off everything you got. He ain't bringing nothing to the table. You got your grown sons, 4, 5 of them trying to live in the damn house with you. That's enough to make you get your goddamn rifle and start shoot. I never will forget Alex. I said she's my daughter. Even though her son, they're not together no more, I still claim her for my daughter. Thank y'all for the well wishes for Alex and everything. Cause now how the job she's looking at, you know what I'm saying, and she's close to getting it, is paying 75,000. But she told me she's the one that I told you. I keep on saying she's from Trinidad, but she's from Barbados. But she talked about how she talked about how back when they were in Barbados, not her, because they came here since then. She was born in the United States of America, but her father was born in Barbados, and he's here. She talked about how her dad was a deadbeat and how he would him and 4 other brothers would sit up and live off their mama. And their mother had gotten another man, Mr. Such and Such, I don't remember his name. And Mr. Such and Such took real good care of her grandmama. But the men, her sons were always mooching off her, and they had no respect for the man that was taking care of her, and no respect for the man that was taking care of them. And she talked about how her father would just, when he was ready to come home, if mama didn't open the door, how he would just take his foot, just kick the door in, and just come in there and live in there. Said they killed the mother. The mother died. Lot of matriarchs are dying very soon because they got all of these ignorant head black men living off of them. I'm not talking about the black man that may be living with his mama and bringing something to the table. I'm not talking about him. They're saying, hey, look, mama, here's such and such. Here's my part of me pulling the weight. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the black man that sits in the house and contributes nothing to his mother's household. You are the one that I am talking about. You're killing your mama. That's what I mean when I say that demon can jinx you. And he can get on that woman and take everything she got. We did not give birth to our sons so that we can take care of them until the day we die. We give birth to our sons so they can continue on the legacy and continue to build a nation. And if you ain't doing none of that, you are a demon. Can anybody relate to that? And what we do with those kind of people is we kick their asses out the goddamn house. Get your motherfucking ass out of here, goddamn it. Just like that bear. Y'all ever seen the mother bear when she runs out that juvenile male bear? If you don't, that juvenile bear will grow up to take over everything you fucking got. You'll work to take care of him, and it ain't going down like that. And then they ask, why is the black woman so angry? Don't ask nobody else but the black woman why she angry. You don't have to go down the road to ask that question. You right next door, ask me. I'm a black woman. Maybe we get tired of being men. Maybe we want to experience life with somebody defending us, a man defending us and holding it down for a change. And opening the damn door, taking a chair from under the table and saying, hey, you can sit down. Or opening the doors to the cars and the trucks. Most black women don't get that. Most black women are being used to a point they can't even fool with a man, especially not a black man. And I'm not blaming this on all black men because there are a lot of great black men out there. I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm talking about the ones that's got a demon in behind them. And they're the same men that will have sex with us and go out and humiliate us. There is no forgiveness, man. If I ain't got no children with you and I'm not married to you, And some people say they ain't gonna tolerate it if they married to him and they got children. We ain't got nothing together. I'm not gonna let you humiliate me. Not gonna let you go out in public and insult me and slander me. I remember this situation with this woman, and I know her, and I ain't gonna say who she is, but this man that she done got away from this man. Now this man, she kicked his ass out because he wouldn't work, he wouldn't do shit. When she wanted to go out, he didn't want food with it. You know what I'm saying? But she since has gotten that dead weight. That's what these men are, dead weight. And that's who's consuming all of the cash. This is the reason why you still broke, even though you done made $100 some thousand this year. Cause of him. Like I said, him. But anyways, I almost lost my train of thought. I think I lost it. But he would go on his job and tell people that his wife, how his wife was in the bed and how she smelled. Hello. Talk about how he had to teach her how to take a bath. I know this one person, so I ain't finna call her name by him and everything, because the woman might be watching this video and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, it wasn't no good. Since then, he done moved to California. Now he over there trying to find his way back over here because San Diego costs too much money, so you might be watching. Are you watching me? You ready to come home now? Have you learned your lesson? Because I know you be trying to watch my videos. But not bring your ass up in here. Because I know you'll do some shit like that. Everything you talk about, you done heard me talk about it on my video. Hello? So, let me see what everybody got to say. Jackson, mama, you talking about that sorry some bitch. Okay. Deborah said once he raised his hand to her, that was it. Be careful. These men are angry. The black man, especially the dark one, is mad as fuck with his mama. Be careful with them. Right here now, on the other side of town over there, a black man just murdered his own mama. See what I'm saying? Because, see, they dealing with a system of oppression, white supremacy. And they don't know who to take it out on. So they tend to take it out on the people that care most. And if you ain't careful, they not only, let me tell you all the things they can do for you. They can take your house from you. They can take all your food from you. You be cooking, they be around here beating you to eat. And you get what's ever left over and you done bought it. Now you setting up over here with nothing to eat. But their stomach's full. And then they become jealous of you. These dark-skinned men, I'm not talking about all dark-skinned men. I'm just talking about I'm just talking about a few of them. They can get so fucking angry, man. Because they're so jealous of you. Because they see all the things you got. Until they will knock your head off. Because they basically taking that frustration of white supremacy out on you. And and you can find a whole bunch of them on the internet. There's a bunch of them on the internet. There's a bunch of angry, dark-skinned men on the internet. If you know you ain't one of them kind of men, don't come for me. But they sit at home. Now, some of them respectful. You got some no good black men that ain't worth shit, ain't got shit, will never have shit, that treat their mama like gold. But he's still disrespectful because he's feeding off of her. He's still my nose itching, y'all, because everything blown. He's still a blasphemy before God. How you gonna use your mama like that? But you got some, like I said, they jealous of the black woman. They jealous of their wives. They're jealous of their sisters, their aunties, their mothers, even their female cousins. I used to say that a long time ago. You know, and they mad as hell, man, and to a point where they don't even want a black woman. Especially when they get successful and shit, Because you know what they said, black women workers represent struggle. When they see us, they said we look like struggle. Well, you damn right I look like struggle shit after that I done sat down and took care of 3 children and shit, breastfed and raised them and put them through school and everything. And still responsible for them in a sense because if something happened, I got to come. The matriarch comes to the rescue, not the patriarch, not in the black community. I mean, sometimes on some occasions he might. The patriarch is in charge. It just depends on how things was working when they were growing up. But that's a lot of weight, y'all. Shit, I'm tired. I'm just tired just talking about it. I'm just exhausted. And you got people telling me, oh, 10 years ago her hair was all black and now her hair is gray. 10 years ago. 10 years is a good little, that's a decade. I mean, you're going to expect some changes. What you look like 10 years ago? What you going to look like when you get here? If you get here. Hello? 10 years is quite a bit. I went through a lot of stuff in 10 years. Woo! A man wouldn't be able to take it. What us black women take, a black man couldn't take it. He would kill himself. He would kill himself. He would run. You gotta really be tough to take what we take. And I know there's some women of other races, but y'all, and here y'all listen to what I'm saying. It's rough being a black woman. Especially they pushing this agenda where it's like anti-black woman everywhere you go. They looking at you like, you again? Like you got the plague, baby. I'm talking about down south. Hello? So we have to throw our no good ass, knucklehead ass sons out. Shit, you ain't pulling no goddamn weight. Your fucking ass got to go. You got to go. Get out there and do it like me. They get mad because you brought, that is an interesting sounding bird. It's so pretty. They get mad because you brought them into the world. Watch that movie called Claudine. Watch it. That black exploitation movie. It goes into depth how her oldest son was always looking at her with a nasty, mean look like, you are pathetic. Because, like I say, they take that white supremacy and turn it on their moms. It's sick. They can't do nothing about it. But the only thing they can do is pick on somebody that they feel like they stronger than. So, Deborah, you was dealing with one. Some women might be dealing with three. Oh, that's too much. That's enough to give you a heart attack. I love it over here by myself. It's so peaceful. Only but I got to deal with is Mr. Willie. It's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. It just, oh God, my heart just goes out. Whew. And men can eat. And men have a pheromone on them. A strong pheromone, especially young men, you know what I'm saying? That pheromone under their arm, they might be more mustier and stuff because they play sports and stuff like that and all of that. Man, that's that, man, I'm telling you, man. Oh, I thought a bird was on my basil. I'm like, wait, you got to go. You got to go. I'm eating that basil. Matter of fact, I can clip me a few pieces and make me a salad, and that's what I'm going to do. I wasn't able to grow no lettuce this year. I didn't even try. But one year oh gosh, I grew some lettuce, and man, I had one of the best salads. Cut up me some tomatoes and stuff. I didn't have no trouble getting to the bathroom. Do you hear me? We need fresh fruits and veggies that we can grow out the yard, but unfortunately, you can't do that here. But don't be surprised if I try to move out the country, man. I'm kind of looking a little bit into other countries and stuff for a little bit and everything. I really got to get to the market. Like today, today could be a day I can be taking a brisk walk, going to the market. Or I can just walk, go straight to the market. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling that like hunger in my soul. And Mr. Willie can stay behind. I'll go by myself. Now, where am I going to find some fresh lettuce from? That lettuce there in the store is no telling what it's made out of. They making lettuce now. Y'all know that. I'm not saying all lettuce are made, but to me, if you're in a laboratory and take tweaking the DNA, of any kind of fruit or vegetable. That's what I mean when I say they're making it. But you cut you up some radishes, you know, and then you cut up your lettuce, your romaine lettuce, and then you cut you up your tomato. I only like the vine tomatoes because the other tomatoes don't even have a taste. You cut you a vine tomato up, and then you turn around. Can I talk about this? Then you turn around and you put you some basil on it and make your own little salad dressing. I like to make salad dressing like this. I like that $1,000. I take ketchup, the mayonnaise, and mix it all together and put me some of that crushed black pepper inside of it and a little bit of sugar and a little bit of vinegar in it. You know, the apple cider vinegar. Shake it up, put it on that salad. Man, you talking about some good eat. Oh, and don't forget to dice up an onion. I like purple onions or red onions, if that's what you want to call. But I like the yellow onions because they're a little bit more mellow. Make you a beautiful salad. You have every color spectrum in that salad. Your body will definitely thank you for that. But yeah, that's why I'm talking about the demons of poverty. It's deep. $50,000 with a whole bunch of people who have nothing to contribute to the table is different than $50,000 when there's just a person looking out for themselves. They're two different things. The person with $50,000 with six people depending on them is below the poverty line. That's below the poverty line. In this economy, you still have not made any money because you made $50,000 for the year and you got six people depending on you. That's poverty line. So there's not necessarily anything to brag and boast on. Basically, you're suffering from the demon of poverty. Hello? Hello? Newsflash. Hey, Michelle. Hey, son of Yahweh, movies are programs. Programs are commands. Right. Deborah said, yes, a matter of. Oh, yes, a mattress sandwich is good. Brandon Locke says, Brewster Place, that movie, Struggle Love. Yeah. You talking about the women of Brewster Place? Oh gosh, that song that not that song, but that movie really was really heartbreaking, wasn't it? But it's all but for me, from what I've seen, it's definitely uh, 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 um, something that is just like reality of like some situations I've seen with black women. Not all of them because I've just seen where there have been a lot of black women who have made the best out of whatever they had. They were happy, happy people. Squirrel, are you talking to me? I don't like the fact you're in my yard eating my pecans and my acorns. You need to know that. Tell all your friends what I said. Jackie said, Mama liked the boy who played Oprah's son on the Women of Brewster Place. Just sorry as hell. And it's a lot of them around here, man, like that, man. I remember one dude rode off his grandma till she died, man. He had already killed his mom, so the grandmama was alive. He went over there and killed her too. It's enough to give you a massive heart attack. And a lot of times the black women do it so they won't have to be alone. They don't want to be alone. Willie was telling me, he said, oh, when I was a black woman, he said it was like I wasn't nothing. You know, that was one of his past lives. He said, I would never want to be a black woman. He said it was just like being, what he said, it was just like being in an abyss. Said it was like torture and punishment. This is what he said. And I tell him, I said, well, if you do not get this right here, right now, you're going to go back to be that black woman again. You're going to repeat it. And he said, oh, please don't tell me that, please. He would literally almost cry. I ain't never seen that man about to cry when I say, you better treat black women right. He going back. Boy, he said he don't like that at all because black women really lonely. If we're not teaming up, I'm not saying every black woman is like that, but it's a very lonely life being a woman, period, no matter what color you are, because nature got it that way, because nature really wants you to concentrate on raising the civilization. So you'll tend to see a woman by herself with all her children. You rarely see her with a man. Some young women may have men, but as they grow older, you just see more or less just the women and the children. Then once the children get everything they need, like parasites, then you just by yourself. You are alone. So they'll take these black men in, understand? And having these black men in the household is like having company. And then that's seriously dangerous. When a man get a certain age, he got to get out of your house. Cannot be buying him shoes and pants and shirts and clothes and deodorant and soap and feeding them. You can't do that. Believe it or not, that is a dark force operating in your life. Because any man that comes along to your house and expect for you to continue to do that does not have any respect for you. And he's not going to respect the women out there. That's how come he keeps coming back and forth to your house, because he don't respect women. That's right, Brandon Locks. Mr. Willie can stay his ass behind, and I know he's watching it. But if he ain't coming, shit, he gonna have to hold it down over here. I'll go by myself. Hell yeah. Okay, Deborah, my plants are doing just fine. They're doing great. Hey, Sonya, let me get out this heat. Anna says sour grapes with a lot of black men. When they can't have you, they will talk about you. Oh, yes, honey. They'll stay with you and talk about you like a dog, too. I just walked up on some men one time in the truck stop, and boy, the conversation they was having about black women, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, y'all. Ooh, my bike. My bike. So, like Grandma never said, my bike. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. If you run up on a black man, a group of black men, you know what they're gonna be talking about? They're gonna be talking about a black woman. Who how he done slept with her, what she smelled like, and it just it's the same old same old. How he gonna make a fool out of him? I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna make do that. It's sickening. Ooh, y'all, I'm so tired. And I'm not talking about all black men for the record, because there are a lot of wonderful black men. So I definitely want to put that out there. I'm reading the chat, y'all. Oh, baby, honey, this nappy hair is beautiful, babes. Sorry you ain't got nothing for yourself. I know you struggling. Wouldn't you love to have this beautiful hair? Wouldn't you love to have it? Shirley said, this just why I am not committed to no one. I kept attracting shapeshifters. They changed after a few nights with them. They hate that I depend on myself. Yeah, it's a lot of animosity going on in our society when it comes to these men. Son of Yahweh says, first lesson in the great book is not to blame. Adam and Eve blamed, and the serpent said nothing. Okay. First lesson in the great book is not to blame. Adam and Eve blamed, and the serpent said nothing. Brandon Locke said, yes, this man just killed his wife on my birthday. Some of these black men cannot stand us. Hey, Quinita. Love you too, son of Yahweh. Hey, Tangeli. Yeah, I'm glad you did do that, Deborah, to get him out of there. Because once they raise their hand, they become violent. Because they'll tell you that they men, they grown. But if you grown, you supposed to be on your own, don't you? Don't all grown people supposed to be in their own house so they can call their own shots? Their own shots, but they want to come in your house and call the shots. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to get out of my hair. When I tell y'all this shit is hot, it's hot out here, man. Hey, Flower Bomb, thanks for moderating. Okay, Flower Bomb said, Mama, you know there are apps to edit documents. Okay. I knew something like that had to be going on and stuff like that because you're not gonna if I was making that kind of, if I was making cash, if I was making cash, I don't want to have to depend on any assistance. You know what I'm saying? When you get something like that, you don't want to depend on things that are gifted to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the time to pay your dues to society and go out and make your own purchases and get your own house and stop relying on assistances and stuff like that. You know, that's not fair. That's not fair to other people who may need the assistance at the moment that may be on waiting lists. And to do that, it shows that you are a true scam artist and a fraud and a con and all those other things because other folks are waiting. You got people who are disabled, who are in wheelchairs, they're wheelchair bound, and they're on the list for assistance, and they can't get them because people who can make an honest, decent living, they brag, I can make a decent, honest living. They brag about that, and they won't get out and do just that. I hope that ain't. And to the person who made that comment, combs were not made for black hair. Okay, I read your comments. Combs are not made for black hair. Okay. Black hair is really not to be combed. Now, some people may prefer to comb their hair. It's totally up to them. That's what I love about black hair. It's very diverse. You know, it can. Who else on the planet can have straight hair if they want to, nappy hair, curly hair, a variety of hair, do designs with hair, but black women or black people. Hello. So don't be jealous talking about what you said about a comb. Combs do not comb this hair. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And then your little comment that, oh, black supremacy is just bad as white supremacy. Wherever in time here has there ever been black supremacy? I've never even heard of such. You understand what I'm saying? So why can't and you talking about black supremacy? We don't want any kind of supremacy. We don't want any black supremacy or white supremacy. Hello? You talk about white supremacy because evidently it serves you. But I see a whole lot of changes coming. Got a kitty cat visitor over here. Hey kitty. Hey kitty cat. I'm gonna have company, ain't it? The cat from next door is over here. Everything comes to my house. All the birds, all the dogs, all the owls, all the cats. It's just a lot of activity going on. Cloud Bomb said, laughing my ass off. Mama, I'm in the car listening. Okay, yes, Jackie. Jackie said, Mama, can you do a private conversation about getting wealth and how to keep it. I want to get myself to IG and just do a private, a session with those people who want to be in there. So, it's a thing where I can look in the list and call out certain names. Jackie, what's your IG? What's your IG name? So I'll know. Brandon Locke said, right. That's what I be saying about people putting all their business on social media. Privacy and keeping your business to yourself has gone out the window. Shaking my head, and it's dangerous too. It's dangerous business because people come to your house looking for you. Hey, Empress all said, "Ooh, that's the biggest horsefly. Could y'all hear it? Oh gosh." Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead on and leave. Hopefully, I can get to IG a little bit later. I've been promising I was going to go to IG, and I haven't gotten there yet. Jackie said, "At Mike Lewis, just hold on, baby. You're going to be a witness to change." Deborah says she's got to get an IG account. The Redbird is actually perching. Oh, Redbird just got some of that food. Hello, Donna Ortiz. Hi from Spokane, Washington. Is it raining there? Peace and love, Trinity. Thank you, Mike. Mike says black people have no systematic power in America. We don't control banks, etc. So all this stuff about black supremacy is just as bad. I mean, why do we even have to bring that topic up? Though, because have you ever been under the control and rulership of a black supremacy? Have you ever been there? Black people don't control nothing. Oh, jacket. It feels like the temperature is right around mid 90s. It's just too hot to walk. That's right. Empress said finger comb, and we don't put combs in our hair because you have to put a comb in your hair or brush in your hair. This hair does not require that, and it looks just fine. And I don't expect for you to understand that because you're from a different nation. Okay. Once again, the fox does not find the fox is never gonna find. Okay, any kind of beauty in any other species but its own. Hello? The tiger is not going to necessarily mate with a bobcat. They're going to, both of them are going to think, the other is not desirable or ugly in some kind of a way. That is natural. But you don't see me coming to your channel and trying to convince you. You understand what I'm saying? That you shouldn't put a comb in your hair. I'm not in your chat room. You're in mine. You got interest in me. You are attracted to me. You are fascinated with me. You are infatuated with me. Hello? So therefore I think what it is, you're jealous because you wished you had this hair. Because what has attracted you to my channel in the first place? Hmm? That's that same old person always gets a different name because honestly I think they do wish they were black. Because if you didn't wish you were black, why are you here? Now, my thing is, there are some white people here that have mad respect. You're welcome here. But we're asking the question for this particular person, what's your interest in this channel? Tangi Lee says that's why our boys are confused and wearing dresses. Star Rise said it is, and how you doing, Star Rise? Says it is hot here in Carolina, but it's windy, so it's nice. We had the wind yesterday, but it has tapered down now, so it's hot as fuck out here today. It's time to hop in the pool. Hey, Daryl, how you doing? Thank you, Jackie, for getting the troll out of here. Thank you so much. We've had 2 trolls in here thus far. Hey, silence, silence. I'm reading through everything before I end this live stream. Okay, looks like I got to just about everybody. I do apologize if I have missed anybody, but I'm going to start back up again. Y'all, let me take a little rest because I'm telling you, it is hot now. Ooh, it ain't no joke out here. And we got it. Ooh, and it's going to get hotter than this. This is cool compared to what it's going to be. Daryl said, you and I are very similar. Okay, so anyway, so if you all do not mind, please rate and subscribe. And I'm going to probably start back up in a little bit, okay?